self-love. I'm worthy. I'm lovable and I'm worthy. Where does that come from? Where do you get that from? What do you need to do in order to be considered lovable and worthy? Well, how about this? What do my children need to do to deserve my love? Nothing. They don't need to do anything. In fact, it would be the most disgusting thing if my children felt that they needed to do something to get my love, that my love is conditional. I'll only love you if you tidy your room, if you be good, if you say the right thing, that would be very, very sad. I don't want my children to think they have to perform in order to feel loved and worthy. There's nothing my children need to do to feel loved and to feel worthy. Everyone is deserving of love. Everyone's worthy of love. There might be some extreme cases of murderer, crazy people, but I still think that they were just broken and abused, and they have to be responsible for what they did. But still, everyone is an intrinsic nature of a human being. Every child in the world, they're worthy of love. I don't see any murderers around here, by the way. What could my children do to make me stop loving them? Nothing. They could be in a big trouble, a lot of trouble. But God forbid if my children become murderers, everything, they go to prison. Do you think I'm going to visit them and sit with them and cry with them and bring them food? Of course I am. That kid who ends up in prison, God forbid, I gotta love them even more. Well, don't tell them that. You go to prison, your dad will love you. No, but you kind of love them more because you see they're broken. They need love. They need love. So there's nothing my children need to do in order to deserve my love and earn my love. And there's nothing they could ever do to lose my love. I always tell my children how much I love them. You can never damage a child by telling them too much how much you love them. I say to my kids all the time, I'm like, Shimshan, how much do I love you? And he's like, 1 billion. And I'm like, billion? 1 billion, billion. And he's like, he just feels like, my older kids, but I'm like, how much do I love you? And they're like, more than words can say. And I'm like, no, more than words can say. They love me. No one's ever been in therapy when they're 45 and saying, well, my parents just showed too much love and affection. No one ever did that. Just love and love. If we could give a parenting class, my number one parenting advice is just love. Just give them love and joy and affection. I asked Binyamin, when he was about 4, I said, Binyamin, now that he knows how much I love him, Binyamin, do you know what you could do to make me stop loving you? And he thought about it and he looked at me and he was like, draw on the wall? And I was like, firstly, I'm glad that that's the worst thing he could possibly think of. I was like, what's the worst thing? Drawing on the wall. I said to him, Binyamin, even if you knock down the wall, I didn't want to give him bad ideas. Binyamin, even if you knock down the wall, you'll be in big trouble. You'll be in big trouble, but I won't stop loving you. I still love you, you'll be in trouble. And very important, just because we're talking about parenting, often when a child does something wrong and they know they did something wrong and they're crying about it, they're not crying because they did something wrong. They're crying because they feel they've lost the connection. They've lost the love. So whenever my children do something wrong and they're in trouble, I always say to them, I love you. Don't think I don't love you. You have to go to your room now. You're in trouble now, but I love you. I kiss them. I say, I love you. I love you. You're so good. You're so good. I love you so much. But you shouldn't have done that. Not the right thing to do. So my children don't need to do anything to deserve my love, and there's nothing they could do to lose my love. Because love is an intrinsic, and you are born as a worthy person. You deserve to be loved. Look around the room. Look around the room now. Who can you see here who doesn't deserve love? So watch this. Love, self-worth, is intrinsic and unconditional. There's nothing you need to do in order to feel worthy. You are worthy. You are lovable. You're no different to my children. Maybe we said in extreme cases, people who have gone psycho and doing terrible, terrible things, maybe they've lost it. But even in that case, extreme case, they have parents. They love them. Do you get this? Everyone sit up straight. Smile. Do we understand now that just like my children, that we are all intrinsically and unconditionally lovable and worthy? I think this is the major lesson that the Torah wants to teach you, by the way. And it's the most important message you could ever hear. There's nothing you need to do to be lovable and worthy. So we know this. Logically, you are lovable and worthy, yes? Who feels intrinsically lovable and worthy? 1 out of 50. Most people don't feel lovable and worthy. They feel I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not nice enough, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not doing what other people, comparing themselves to other people. Why is that? Because we've grown up needing this recognition, and if we don't get it, we just don't feel lovable and worthy. But we know now that there's nothing you need to do to be lovable and worthy. That is your natural state of being, you're lovable and worthy.